Hi, everyone. How are you? I can't believe we're finally here. We finally get to have a chat in a different way. I see lots of folks signing on. Welcome from California and Canada and Oregon. And I think I saw, where else did I see? I think I saw Michigan in there. So welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm thrilled for all of you to be here. My name's Bronwen. If I don't know you, I'm a hairdresser first, but my title officially is Global Artistic Director for the Education Department. So I'm thrilled to be with you today. This is our first in a series called Ask the Master. And hi, Christina. You guys, it says Facebook user on the comments. If you have an opportunity when you're getting ready to comment, if you would just give us your name, like give Facebook permission and show us your name, then that would be really helpful, because then as we go through, we like to know who we're talking to if we can. Hello, Denver. So yes, so this is going to be a little different than a typical class in either your salons or obviously in the House of Bumble, but we're going to make the best of it. And this is exclusively for you guys, the network. And I'm thrilled to have this opportunity. It just feels so good to be able to connect however we can. And so this is going to be a focus. This Ask the Master is going to be a focus on the bond building family. So we're going to get a chance to tell you all about it, the bond building family, which is the repair bond building group and heat shield. Okay. Now, the way we're going to try to make this work is I have quite a bit of support that's not obvious in my apartment right now, but I have support. We have people helping with production backstage. You guys probably know Abby and Tempest, so they're helping out backstage. And I also want to introduce who's going to be helping with comments and questions, because this is really for you guys, right? I want to give you as much information as we can, and I want to be able to answer as many questions as we can. So Randy, those of you, Randy Sharma, you may know him, his familiar face from the global Instagram channel and a little bit of appearances on our pro Instagram channel as well. But Randy's going to be helping me out. He is one of our global education team members. He also has, hey, I don't know who's saying hello, but I see my name there, so thank you. And hello, Kristen. But Randy's going to be helping out. He's actually become quite the source for like pro consumer questions. So he's going to be a really great input source for us today. Okay, so I'm going to go through and be hi New Mexico and San Francisco, Kiam. I'm going to go through as thoroughly as I can, and then we'll address your questions. But I believe some of those might be answered actually on Facebook. Okay, so I see the comments here, but then I think the replies that Randy can actually answer you is going to go more through the Facebook comments. That's the way I understand it. Okay, so let's move on to the objective. Thank you, Abby. So as I mentioned, we're going to walk you through the bond building and heat shield family. Of course, the objective is to have you leave very informed. I would really love, as much as we can, to imagine sort of a discussion atmosphere. I know it's difficult because you can't actually talk to me, but we're going to do the best we can with that. And I also want to hopefully leave you with a bit of inspiration, as well. So, okay, let's see. So this is, I'm just looking, hi, Shannon from Seattle. Hi, Plum Hair Salon. Oh, good, somebody's already familiar with bond building and loves it. Hello, Hershey, Pennsylvania. Okay, so this is the whole new family, and it's definitely been updated. And one of the main things that I want to share with you is that, you know, the whole bond building has become very, you know, intriguing to consumers and clients. How many of you consider your own hair or your client's hair to be actually damaged, right? Like, how many of you would fall into that category where the hair, you know, is damaged? Well, I can answer some of this for you because it's just rhetorical right now. So 98% of consumers admit to heat styling their hair, and 76% of consumers color their hair. That's high percentages, right? Heat styling, 98%, coloring, 76%. And the reality is that, those two things can cause damage to the hair, right? Hence the need for something to repair it, like bond building. So the number 2 consumer concern is to repair that damaged hair. If we're heat styling and we're coloring, a majority of people, or if it's just naturally dry and sometimes gets compromised, we want to, the number 2 consumer concern is actually, of course, repairing that damage. And by the way, the number 1 consumer attribute that people look for, the number 1 is healthy looking hair. So that's what we're going to talk about with this family being able to offer. Okay, let's see. Hello, Paramus, New Jersey. That's my neighbors over here. Ontario, Albuquerque. I love this. Long Beach. Oh, it's New Mexico. Renton, Washington. Awesome. I love all this input. So thank you guys for being here. Let's go ahead, Abby. I'm ready. Great. So the other piece is I am going to take you through a hair journey. This is actually Randy. So we're going to follow Randy's hair color journey. Okay. You can see this was that first before color service. That hair had grown out quite a bit, and Randy wanted a nice dramatic change and did a platinum blonde. So this is a double process, platinum blonde, right? And so one of the little perks about being on the global education team is, even though this color journey began post sheltering in place, for us, this was last summer. Randy had the benefit of using the bond building family all the way through. So you're going to see how he was able to maintain the integrity in his hair, even with this double process color and the other, the more color services he had on the continue of his journey. Okay. Oh, hello, Myrtle Beach. Hello, Babylon, New York. Hello, Dallas, Texas. Ooh, Louisiana, Lake Charles. Hey, I know somebody at Lake Charles. So if you guys aren't, I want to also say hello to the people that might view this later, because I know that there were some people that were going to not be able to make it to this during this time, but going to try to catch up later. So hi to all you guys too. Okay, so here is the before picture before I styled and Randy's latest color. So you see it changed from the double process platinum into something more natural. And you can see the hair is longer in this image than the previous image. So he had a lot of growth and wanted to change it to something a little bit more natural for a couple reasons. One, because just changed his mind, wanted a different, softer tone. And 2, his plan is to grow it longer. So he's already happy he's got some length that's brushing the shoulder there. He wants to grow it longer. So even though he's using a high lift blonde and he's naturally quite dark, you gotta hold on to the integrity of that hair. So we're gonna see how the bond building family enabled him to do that. Okay, so, and this is the after. This is after styling, after fresh color. You notice that the quality of the hair is fantastic, and you can see the haircut more, right? It's shiny, it looks really healthy, and yeah, you were double processed for about 5 months. This is gonna save you now. But that's what we want. We want to be able to explore any kind of color adventures that you want and still have, quality hair. So that's what we're going to see in action as we move through. Okay. We love you back. We love you back. Hello, Fremont. Cool. So let's talk top line about the bond building family. So what are bonds, right? What are bonds to begin with? Bonds are basically like the glue that hold the hair fibers together, like the fibers inside each hair strand. It helps to hold those together. So when they're strong, that helps to prevent breakage. It makes it more resilient, and it also helps to maintain the elasticity in the hair, right? So how does the hair become weakened? Well, we talked about that. We talked about so jealous of your hair, Randy Alexander Shama. It looks amazing. Yes, it does. It does look amazing. We're going to follow that. Cool. So what are the things that cause damage? I mean, well, the hair can be naturally dry and coarse. Plus, it can, as we mentioned, chemical services can weaken and damage the hair, as well as heat styling, right? So these are the things that can damage the hair or weaken the bonds and break down the bonds. And the fact is, you actually cannot fix a broken bond. You can't fix them, right? So how does this repair? It repairs by building new bonds, okay? Building new bonds. So over time, if we're filling the hair and we're creating new hydrogen bonds, then over time, the hair is stronger, it's less prone to breakage, and you have that elasticity. So even when I'm wearing my hair straight today, Randy had his hair finished straight in the image that you saw, but there's still like life to it, right? There's still quality, there's life, there's integrity to the hair. And that ideally is what we're looking for. Okay, so let's talk about the first one. Bond building shampoo. So this is the bond building repair shampoo. And this is a shift in the name because although this family previously was referred to as Glow, those of you probably remember, right? It was the Glow family. Now it's the bond building family so that it's a lot easier to know what it does, right? Way more straightforward, just bond building family. So this is a repair shampoo. And this actually does have that bond building technology in it. So it does actually contain the honey bond building complex. So this is going to start repairing your hair, even from cleansing, even from the very first step of cleansing. Okay, now this important things to know about this shampoo is that it is sulfate free. It's obviously color safe, and it's going to fortify the hair fibers. It's going to prevent breakage, and it's also very shiny, leaves the hair very shiny. One of the things that I love about this shampoo is that it feels like the way it feels. If you haven't had a chance to play with it yet, that's something that I'd like you to take note of when you do get the opportunity to try out this repair shampoo. Just the way it feels very luxe. It feels very, very luxe. I'm in love with this line too. Thank you, Heidi. It feels very, and it's safe for all hair types. So it feels very luxe. It's very creamy, like the consistency itself. And it has almost a shimmer to it, which isn't going to do anything to your hair, but it does help the experience. It's definitely transformational, definitely. Yeah, it's like butter in the hair. Thank you. I love these comments. So now the bonds have to, go into the cortex in order to work, because that's where the technology rather has to reach the cortex in order for it to work, because that's where the bonds live, is in the cortex, right? So this shampoo and this technology has the capabilities to do that. Hi, Christina Goldman. Okay, so let's talk about the conditioner. So the conditioner, the bond building repair conditioner, also contains the bond building technology, the honey bond building complex. And then the thing that I want to tell you about the conditioner is that actually the shampoo and conditioner this is safe to use every time, right? Is the heat protection up to 450 degrees like heat shield? Well, it wouldn't be in the repair shampoo and conditioners because these are going to be rinsed away, right? But they are in the heat shields. Okay, so that's a great question. So you can leave the conditioner on a couple minutes. You can leave it on longer. That's safe. And I'm going to get to that question about the ideal client in just a moment, because that's an important distinction. And so this is safe to use every time you shampoo your hair if your hair needs it. If your hair needs it. Now, how do you know if your hair needs it? The hair still feels dry. Maybe it's more porous. Maybe it's highly chemically treated. It's either heat damaged or it's chemically damaged, right? So the shampoo and conditioner are going to do a great job all on their own. But if it's severely damaged, that's when we move into the treatment. So let's talk about the bond building repair treatment. So one of the most common questions I get is, do you have to shampoo this out? And that's one of the things that I think is a real benefit, is how simple this line is. You don't have to shampoo it out. You would use your repair treatment in place of your conditioner. So you'd use your shampoo, and this can be at the back bar as well in salon. So you shampoo your color out, and then you use your treatment. It can sit on for 5 minutes, but it doesn't have to sit on for 5 minutes. You're still going to get a benefit. And it's okay if it's on longer than 5 minutes. So if you have the kind of setup where you like to, let those treatments, be part of the service, you don't need to apply heat. You definitely don't need to apply heat, but if you'd like, to wrap it in a towel as part of a service and let the client, relax, and you can go longer than 5 minutes, it's not going to hurt anything. Will you get more benefit? Not necessarily. Not if you want to comb it through, make sure it's surrounding every strand. However, you're not going to see an incremental increase in reaction with more time. 5 minutes is going to be sufficient. If that's enough. And the other thing I wanted to mention is, if you do leave it on longer, there's no risk because there's no protein in this. Okay, so that's a common question that we've heard. Is there any protein? No. So there's not going to be any counter effects for having too much protein or anything in the hair. It's just hydrogen bonds, so it's not going to hurt it. Okay, so those are some common questions. I think for the charge, that's really a case by case. You got maybe talk about that with your RBC. We don't have a suggested charge for this service where it's left in the salon. And in our case, in our salons, it's just part of the overall service. If the hair needs it, we do it. And one of the things that I want to bring up, though, because this is a common question and we saw it in the comments, is can you use too much, or can you use it, too frequently? The answer, in my opinion, is it works best on damaged hair. Okay, and I've talked a lot. I've gathered a lot of feedback from our own colorists at the Bumble and Bumble salons uptown and downtown, and they would all agree with that it works really best on hair that is actually damaged. So, and that means it's not going to be bad. It's not going to have a bad reaction. Can you leave the treatment in? Yes, but you're going to feel it in the hair. The treatment is a concentrated amount of the technology. And if you leave it in, some hair might soak it right up. I mean, let's think about it. Remember the pre-shampoo mask, the hairdresser's invisible oil pre-shampoo mask that was like that hard oil, like it was a solid. I know people that could leave that in their hair, but that's not what we recommend. So, I know we're all hairdressers. We can experiment and if it works, great, but it's not the recommendation, okay? Is the treatment stronger than the conditioner? Well, you can see even just by the size of the bottle, it's more concentrated. So strength is one of those funny words. It's like stronger, like it's more concentrated. It has the same technology, but it's more concentrated. I kind of think of it like, when you compare grooming cream and Brilliantine, I mean, they're really different products, but when you think about the amount of water that's in the grooming cream versus the amount of water that's in Brilliantine, there's a lot less water in Brilliantine. So the oil shows up more. It's a different oils, but it shows up a lot more in Brilliantine than it does in grooming cream. So that's what kind of comes to mind for me when we speak of it being more concentrated. It's still the same technology, but a more focused, intense portion. So then you would comb it through, make sure it surrounds every strand of hair so that it can get into the cortex on every strand and start building those new bonds. Cool? I think that's everything that I wanted to say about the treatment. I'm just checking the questions. Okay, great. So the next one that also has the repair capabilities is the Bond Building Repair Styling Cream. And the repair styling cream is unique because this is one of those hybrids, right? This is a hybrid product. It has the reparative aspects, benefits, and then it also has the styling benefits, which means that it has a little bit of hold in the product. So I know this is definitely a favorite for the colorists at our Bumble Salon. And, you know, the hair is already feeling really great after their color services, because you've used a shampoo, maybe you've used the treatment, and then it's all shiny, you know, the color is all fresh. And so using the Bond Building Repair Styling Cream, one step typically is enough, especially for those finishes. I mean, unless you're going to be, you know, building it into some kind of other look, like with an iron or something. But for just that, you know, pretty polished finish, this can be just one step. However, it's very safe to use with other products. Like, I really like to layer it with other products. One of my favorite ones to layer it with is Save the Day, actually, because I like a little bit more slip in the ends. I think Save the Day can help with the blow dry. And although, you know, building those new bonds is great, you strengthen the ends, sometimes on coarser textures, or some textures that are a little bit wavier, or sometimes that, you know, when they're not really willing to part with the trim and it's a little more damaged, and you're working on, you know, restoring that hair and you get a little drag. I like that Save the Day to get that slip in the hair. I also use this quite often with thickening spray. Thickening spray is great. Thickening spray and repair styling cream, they work great together. You know, so you get how much to use. Well, think about the porosity of the hair. Okay, so start out, and this is start out with like a dime size and see how much you can press through the hair, and think about where the hair needs it more, right? So where's the hair damaged? It tends to be damaged more through mid-lengths to ends. So that's where I would focus the application and press it in. And you can start to feel the hair sort of drink it in. Okay, thanks, Kevin. I love Save the Day too. Hey, lady, I'm not sure who's saying hi, but hey back. Cool. So press it into the ends. And again, thickening spray. And you know what? For some of those really resistant textures, some textures are a little trickier to smooth out. You know, I'm totally okay with using the repair blow dry too, because this has hold, the repair blow dry doesn't. And so sometimes it's okay because this is going on the inside, right? The repair styling cream is working from the inside out. It's dealing with those bonds. The repair blow dry, because this is a common question that we get, like, well, what's the difference? The repair blow dry is really just the outside, it's the surface. Okay, but what we like when we're doing that serious blow dry is that you get a little slip from the repair blow dry. So if it's not Save the Day, maybe it's repair blow dry. Another option could be your Hairdresser's Invisible Oil Original, right? You could use that for a little slip in the hair too. Cool, just giving you some options, totally safe to layer with this. Another one I know that people like to use is the Surf Foam Blow Dry. Surf Foam Blow Dry, you know, again, you're holding on to the integrity of the hair, and then you do a more deconstructed finish, which is a little gray, okay? Yes, in addition, it can be a great treatment service after any chemical or color service, or even a great treatment before any haircut or style. Absolutely. Thanks, Randy. Awesome. Okay, so before we move to the next slide, this is an opportunity to see the products in action. So we're going to bring our Randy back, and I'm going to show you the application of a few products in Randy's hair. So let's take a look at that. Here's Randy. We're all being safe. So this was this was actually after his most recent color service. So I started with the Hairdresser's Invisible Oil Primer, right? So I'm using that to detangle and comb the hair out. And mostly that was on the ends, and that's actually Randy's favorite primer. And then here's our Bond Building Repair Styling Cream. So you can see how much I used there. That was a little more than a dime because Randy has more hair. Okay, a dime's a good place to start. But when you're dealing with, yep, see, and then I go again for two reasons. One, Randy has a good amount of hair, and 2, his hair, mid-lengths to ends, that was formerly platinum, right? That was double processed. So that hair is quite porous. It's quite porous. He's been taking good care of it. And the fact remains that it's quite porous. So I started to blow it dry and realized, nah, those roots do not feel the same as the mid-lengths and ends. So I need some hold. So I went in with some thickening spray because you can see the difference where that natural color is closer to the root, right? It's more painted. A lot more of his natural hair is there. And what's not obvious is Randy has a natural wave to his hair. So I need to hold that wave straight because you saw the end result was a straight finish. We did a straight look for him. Yes, I did use a primer first. I used the HIO, the Hairdresser's Invisible Oil Primer. That was the primer first. And that's just a good general practice because, the primer is going to go on all over, right? But the repair styling cream doesn't need to go on all over. It can, but my tendency is to prefer to put it on the hair that needs it and then use my other styling products. If I'm not just using that one, then I would use other styling products in conjunction with that. Cool? I love Save the Day, Ultimate Go-To. Me too, totally. Cool. So heat shield, here's where we switch gears a teeny bit. So we had the bond building repair, that's that portion of the family. And now we're moving into the heat shield. And these two formerly were called Glow, right? And that was a little confusing for our clients and consumers, like glow is a nice word, but what's it doing? So we changed the name to Heat Shield, which I think is dead on. It makes sense. It does have the honey protective complex. It does not have the bond building technology. So we did the bond building in the repair and the care steps, right? So this is going to be all about protecting the hair. So it's the honey protective complex. So let's talk about the first one. The first one is the blow dry accelerator. So the blow dry accelerator has, we did a focus group and we tested people, so they didn't know what it was for. And the feedback that we got is that 3 out of 5 people agreed that it can cut blow drying time by like 50%, which is really impressive. That's like fantastic, especially if your hair takes forever to dry. So it's very lightweight. It does have heat protection and UV protection. It helps to prevent breakage, and then it helps to leave the hair smooth. It's definitely color safe. All these are, the whole line is color safe. It has to be, right? Because that's who we're addressing, is people with chemical services. So everything is color safe in this line. So here is my, here's been my experience with the blow dry accelerator that I want to share with you. It's been my experience that this works best on hair types that tend to be very dense and also very, like the hair shaft is very like tight. It's not porous. Okay, so not porous. Maybe that's fine texture, but a lot of hair, right? You know how that can take a long time to dry, especially like back here. It seems like, here's where all the density is in the back of the head. Like it takes forever to get the moisture out. On hair that's a little bit more naturally dry or coarser textures, or any hair that's prone to tangling, right? Hair that just naturally tangles, whether that's from damage or whether it's just from natural texture. I don't like to use the accelerator on those textures. And the reason why is on those textures that tend to be more tangly, we need the moisture, right? We need the wetness in the hair to sometimes smooth it out or change it. And however, on the hair textures that it works well, it works amazing, right? Dense, sometimes even almost oily hair, fantastic. Like it takes forever to get that moisture out. It's fantastic. But it's just, I don't know that the hair that's more porous really needs it. I don't really feel like it needs it. It's even if it's a lot of hair, if it tends to be tangly, I would stay away from it. Cool? That's my 2 cents. All right, cool. Any questions about the blow dry accelerator? Okay, well, now we're going to talk about using the Heat Shield Thermal Protected Mist. So after I blow dried. Oh, we're not going there yet. Hold on, B. We did a blow dry first. We did a blow dry first. So this is, I hand dried a little bit, and now I'm blow drying Randy's hair, and I'm going through with, you know, section by section, just like we teach in the university. And could you, oh, that's a great question. So if the blow dry accelerator is a heat protector, would you use the HIO primer with this, or would it be a substitute? I would still use your primer. Still use your primer, because you can be more generous with your primer and make sure you're covering every strand. And with your blow dry accelerator, you're not necessarily going to hit every strand. You're focusing more at the root. You're focusing more on the areas that are more dense, right? And so, like, think about that hair around the hairline. That hair dries quicker. It tends to be more vulnerable. You want to make sure you've got your primer on all of that hair. Make sense? And your accelerator doesn't need to be as thorough an application as your primer. So I would still use your primer. It's just going to be more thorough. Cool. What causes blow dry accelerator? Is it the alcohol? Yeah, it's the alcohol. It's the alcohol. Yes, and it has the honey protective complex in it. So that's where you're getting your protection, your UV, and your heat protection. Okay. So I'm moving through this blow dry, and as I mentioned, Randy has a good amount of hair. It's a coarser texture and a great density. It's fantastic hair. So I'm making sure to go through section by section by section to get all the moisture out. However, I did not use the accelerator on Randy's hair. And the reason why is because, you know, this much has been double processed, and although it won't look like it, it can be a teeny bit, you know, tangly, and I didn't want that brush to be catching as I moved through the blow dry. And pardon me. Also, his hair has a bit of natural wave, and it's coarse. So it's naturally porous. So I didn't need, as dense as it is, I didn't need the accelerator in this case, because I wanted to use the moisture to smooth it out. Make sense? Blame it on the alcohol. Okay. Okay, does it have the same ingredients like a Preta powder to absorb oil? No, it does not. It does not have any powders in it. As the honey protective complex, I'm still referring to the accelerator. It's really just the combination with the alcohol and protector. You know, there's no powders in there that are going to help. I just find that oily hair sometimes holds onto water because you have those natural oils that are helping to seal that hair shaft closed, and in which case it can like hold onto the water. So the blow dryer accelerator can help to remove that water. Cool? Okay, so now we're going to talk about the heat shield protection the heat shield thermal protective mist. This one is actually I love this whole line, but this is actually my fave. If I had to pick one, this is it. So the thermal protection mist is your heat barrier, right? This is going to protect it from not only the UV rays, but absolutely your heat damage. We called out that 450 degrees. And let me tell you something. I love Randy's hair too. It was very fun to do. It's actually really refreshing to do. So the tests, you guys, I'm not sure how familiar you are with the tests that our products have to go through in order to put the claims on the bottles. Okay. This is a very rigorous process. So in other words, we can't put anything on the bottle if we haven't proven it to be true. That is not the case with all lines. I'm just being very frank. That's not the case with all hairlines out there, but that is something that we feel very strongly about and are obligated to do to, you know, like hold on to our integrity and authenticity. So these products, you have to go through with like an iron, like 400 times or something, 100 passes with an iron is something absurd to prove that there is the protection. And it has to be measured 450 degrees, like there's a rigorous process. And so that makes me really proud when all of these, I'm picking the heat shield, but all of these have to go through this process of testing before we can put any of the claims on the bottles. But the heat shield protection, you know, it was definitely designed to help with our heat styling. So it was designed like, let's say day 2, you want to put an iron in and spruce up the hair again. You can apply it directly to dry hair. You would do it section by section. So if I'm going to take this piece and curl it, I'm going to spray it first, and then I'm going to brush it through, and then I'm going to iron it. But here's the thing that's not obvious. This is like one of the most important things that I can tell you about heat shield. It's a biphase. Do you guys know what biphase is? Some of you know what biphase is. Biphase means that it separates. So here's another biphase. Like here, you know this one, you know, surf, right? You see, we made surf infusion clear so you could see what a biphase looks like. That's a biphase. But that wouldn't match in our in our family, right? So that's right. Shake, shake, shake. You've got to shake the heat shield because it's a biphase and it's not obvious. So it's a really good habit just to get into anyway. Anything that sprays, shake it. Shake, shake, shake. Absolutely. So anything that's in a spray form, it's just, that's a good habit to get into, then you don't forget, right? So the heat shield, shake it, spray it, and then you apply your iron. Okay, so it's section by section, or you'll see, I'm going to show you, let's go ahead and move to Randy in the next slide. So that blow dry turned out great, but I want more. So I go through with a flat iron. So what I did was I took a horizontal section all the way around the head, and then I sprayed that whole section. Okay, so I shook it, I sprayed that whole section, and then I brush it through, then iron, brush it through, iron, brush it through, iron. So the next section, it's very quick because this is hyperlapse, and it's hard to see that I'm actually shaking the bottle. But I promise. I shake it and then spray, brush it through, then iron. Cool? And what you see, you can see it evolving. You can see that the haircut starts to, shake it up, Shield. That's cute. I like that. Shake it like a Polaroid picture. I love it. But you can see the haircut is starting to show up. You know, it was smooth with the blow dry, but it's just kicked it in one more notch, just one more level. And you see all that work that was done with the weight removal and the movement that was carved into it actually starts to show up, right? And that's what I wanted to bring out. And also, because I know Randy ultimately is planning to grow his hair longer, I thought if I flat ironed it, he'd really feel like it was long. And he did. He was like, oh my God, it's so long. It's like touching my shoulder now. So that was also part of why I smoothed it out. And then I liked his so much, I decided to do mine straight today. Yes, I did use thermal protection mist. I did indeed. So another place that I like to use the thermal protection mist, although we're doing plenty of iron work in the salon, I like to use it at the end of a blow dry. So you know when you're finished up and you're blending the sections and you've got the brush and you're blending the last few sections. So I'll take and spray those ends, mist the ends, and just lock it in with the blow dryer just one more time. And that way you seal it, it's polished, you know, that most fragile hair just gets one more, just locked right in. The heat and the thermal protection mist work together in tandem with the brush, and then it just seals it and polishes it, and those blow dries last forever. It's just, I really like, and it's a really good way to introduce it to clients if you're not typically ironing their hair, right? I mean, I would say the greater majority of my clients are still just a blow dry finish, not necessarily iron. So that's a really nice way to introduce it to them, is just show them when you're locking in that last step of the blow dry. Cool? Oh, good. I'm glad you're enjoying the pro tips. So yeah, so here was the before and after. Here was the before and after of Randy's most recent color, the natural color. You know, his hair was not, it's hard to tell that it's damaged. The ends you can see are a little bit duller and not as crisp. And so when we finished it, you see the shine is brought out and the pieciness of the haircut was brought out. And the other thing that I want to point out is like, it's like still alive, right? I didn't kill it. You know, look at the volume that's still there. Look at the movement that's still there. It's that elasticity, right? So that bond building, it gives you it helps all the resilience, all the integrity, but it doesn't feel like a saran wrap. It still feels like hair. And you get this beautiful body, you get this beautiful elasticity, and it really lives up to its claim of resilience. Yeah, so much more movement. You see how it's not flat? It's not really flat. It's like, it's just got life to it. And I love that because we like hair that moves, right? That's definitely a Bumble aesthetic. We like hair that's alive. We like hair that moves. We want to be able to run the fingers through it and still look amazing, and sort of undone. And is a keratin safe? Is that if what you mean is, can you use it on Brazilian blow dries? Randy, you're going to have to help me out with that. I believe we said it is because it's sulfate free, but Randy's going to confirm that for me. And because it's sulfate free, and keep in mind, anytime you have extensions, even when we say, yes, so much more volume, absolutely. Even when we say safer extensions, don't be going and smearing it right on the tape or the bond, right? Like we don't want to put it directly. You never put anything directly on the area where it's connected, right? You want to just put it where the hair needs it, and be mindful of that. Like that's just a good rule of thumb with anybody with extensions. It's just like stay away from where it's attached and treat the hair that needs it. Cool. Any other questions? I see a few coming through. Hi everyone, I'll be posting links to the survey class. Yep. A few minutes to complete the survey. Oh, I remember we did get a question. Prior to class that I want to address. I think I addressed the one about overusing treatment. And then there's another one that someone asked about can you overuse it? They called out the difference between treatment versus like save the day. Well, I think I explained that you can use them in tandem, right? Oh, great. Thank you for confirming that. There should be no issue using bond building with anyone with a keratin treatment. Thanks, Randy. Okay, so we talked about treatment. You can use both, right? So if save the day works because your hair is quite fine and it's not that damaged, stick with save the day. Use the shampoo and conditioner. You're good, right? If your hair is more compromised or more damaged, use the treatment. And in the blow dry, you can still use save the day, right? So it's case by case. The other part of that question was regarding their client who is postpartum mom, right? She's starting to have that shedding. She's looking for strengthening in the hair, and she's wondering about the full potential versus bond building, which is a fantastic question because, bond building and full potential, we talk a lot about protecting the hair. It does it in a totally different way. It does it from the outside. So the full potential is like a liquid Band-Aid. It's totally on the outside, has nothing to do with building bonds on the inside. So, however, for postpartum, let's keep in mind the reasons for that are not chemical, and the reasons for the shedding are not chemical, and they're not from heat styling, right? So shedding that happens from postpartum is strictly hormonal. It's all about the hormones. So yes, we do want to strengthen that hair, and yes, the full potential shampoo and conditioner can definitely help keep that scalp healthy. Okay, so that's the benefits of the full potential shampoo and conditioner is really healthy scalp and generating new hair growth, right? We would just through that healthy scalp. And then yes, if the hair is damaged, absolutely, you can use your treatment, bond building treatment, or maybe they don't need a treatment. You could use the repair styler, right? You could use the bond building repair styler. And if they found success with the full potential booster spray, like especially on the ends, those ends are getting thin because of the shedding and more fragile, you may need the outside barrier to help protect the ends that are, it's getting skinnier and more fragile because of the shedding. So I hope that helps. I hope that answered that question from earlier. I'm sorry I didn't get to it sooner. Let's see if I missed anything. Can we sell the glow line? Yes, you can still sell the glow line. Absolutely. It's totally the same. It's just repackaged and the name. Absolutely. Totally confirm that. When would you choose to use repair shampoo and conditioner versus full potential? So when the hair is, you could alternate your repair shampoo and conditioner versus your full potential. But keep in mind, the full potential doesn't really offer as much moisture. So the repair shampoo and conditioner offers more moisture all the way through and the bond building from the inside out. The full potential, that's the shampoo and conditioner is going to address the scalp and promote healthy scalp. However, the booster spray, it'd be totally fine to use your booster spray with your bond building family. That would be okay too. I've had a lot of success with, you know, if we're talking about fragile hair, or maybe we're talking about hair that might be quite fine. Maybe it maybe it's too fine to hold the styling, you know, the repair styling cream. Maybe it just isn't the best choice for that. So that would mean that maybe your booster spray would be a good option. Save the day for a little slip, and maybe the thickening full form mousse, for example. That might be a good combination for a fine-haired client. But otherwise, in general, the full potential shampoo and conditioner is going to address the scalp, and the bond building repair shampoo and conditioner is going to address more of the hair. I hope that helps. Okay, yes, okay, answered that. Thank you. You're welcome for answering your questions. Do we have anything else? Anything else before we go? This was really great. I hope it felt like a little bit of a discussion. I mean, I'm so thrilled to connect with all of you. It was really fun to read all your comments and see how people were tuning in from all over the country. Well, actually North America, because we had Canada in there too. So thank you so much for your attention, and I hope you got something out of it. I hope you got some questions answered, or at least just a little, you know, a little inspo, a little charge, or just felt good to be all together, right? So just a little reminder, if you please fill out the SurveyMonkey link. So click on that SurveyMonkey link, because this is the first time that we're doing Ask the Master. And as you know, we are a culture that loves feedback to help us through. Thanks, Abby. This is the SurveyMonkey link. So we really value your feedback to help guide us through the virtual classes that we'll be offering later this year, okay? So I can't wait to see you guys next time. We put Bill Bonding on the shelves last Thursday. Had to reorder again today. On that note, I love it. And thank you, Abby. Thank you, Tempest, and thank you, Randy. I'm glad you guys were inspired. Thanks for all your input. All right, kisses, everyone. Be well, be safe, and we'll see you next time.